And here we are, my friends, the top 10 worst hit songs of 2017. No prolonged intro this time, just an apology for a humidifier in the background because I'm sick. But let's get started, shall we? Number 10, I Spy by Kyle Lil Yachty. The XXL freshman season this year, well, last year I should say, was kind of a mess. X kind of hogged the entire show with controversy, from the charges surrounding him to that cipher and freestyle that I'm sure no one will forget anytime soon. But one of the more ignored members, even looking through this, was Kyle. A generic trap rapper who likes tropical beats, who managed to score a hit with the king of generic trap rappers, Lil Yachty, although I suppose Lil Pump is coming for that title now. Although his voice is unique, I could never really get into Yachty, and as I said before, the tropical flavor trap basically follows the same vocal lines and formulas as everybody else, but as a person who adores lyrics being good in the song, this one sort of fails on all levels. To name a few, Kyle has a curly-headed cutie I can turn into my wife, wait that means forever, ever, hold up, never mind, and I ain't been getting high, well maybe just a little baby, I don't want to lie, and just the entirety of Lil Yachty's verse, including that lovely second line that I don't want to repeat. It's just charming in not at all. Number 9, Bank Account by 21 Savage. Another generic trap song? Nice. Trust me, it was the year for those. We've reached peak trap at this point. What will the next phase be? Who knows? Maybe the Latin boom will have more of a lasting impact. Bank Account came as 21 Savage's biggest track yet, and honestly, I can see why. The generic trap crowd is gonna like an anthemic trap song like this. He's got a bunch of money, a bunch of guns, and a gang that'll shoot you down. His flow is at least semi-interesting, and the beat is a little boring just because it tries too hard. You can do good trap, but this isn't it. Number 8, Chain to the Rhythm by Katy Perry, featuring Skip Marley. Look, I consider myself a big Katy Perry fan. Waking Up in Vegas is one of my favorite songs. One of the Boys is a pretty great album, and the entirety of Teenage Dream was good too. Although Prison didn't hit me too hard, Witness was a confused mess. And if she wants to make more political music, fine. But this is generic and watered down shit that aims to hit multiple demographics, but fails at hitting any. The instrumental is boring, and the lyrics are too vague to put out a clear message. Katy, you're capable of amazing music, even in a political world. It just requires more effort. Number 7, and I'm sure people will be surprised to see this so low on the list, Body Like a Back Road by Sam Hunt. Does this one really need much of an explanation? I mean, come on. Body like a back road. That's what we're doing now. Comparing a woman's body to a dirt road with a lot of uneven bumps. I'm sure that makes her feel real sexy, Sammy. Also, this shit passes for country. Real country needs a revival instead of the bro country phase that somehow is still making waves. Seriously, we should have killed this thing 3 years ago. Next. Number 6, Cold by Maroon 5 featuring Future. Maroon 5 had a rough singles year. I love Red Pill Blues, but thank God this is on the deluxe edition so it didn't drag down the standard. This is probably the most Adam Levine solo song Maroon 5 has gotten, and boy does it show. Tired vocals, abusing a falsetto, boring Afrobeat-inspired trap, dumb Future verse. It's a song that should bore me, but actually ends up annoying me instead. Not the worst they've done this year, and speaking of that, number 5. Don't Wanna Know by Maroon 5 featuring Kendrick Lamar. This pains me. Not only is Maroon 5 one of my favorite pop groups, but I love Kendrick Lamar. He's my favorite rapper of the modern age. But his feature history is not that good. I mean, just think of Fucking Problems and Bad Blood, to name a couple. Love Game is the only feature I can think of that I like him on. But here, weak, very weak, over Bad Tropical House Beat 2 months after it went out of style. Also, if you want to cringe even more, watch the music video. It's visual suffering. Number 4, Issues by Julia Michaels. God, what is there to say about this one that hasn't already been said? It's awful, yes. The girl can't sing or write, and lyrics are physically painful to sit through. A mess of a shitty song. She's written good songs. Hell, I even liked her feature on Help Me Out. It grew on me a lot, but this song is pretty awful. In pretty much every way. Next. Number 3, Juju on That Beat, Zay Hilfiger, and that other guy whose name I can't remember. Look, I get mindless dance songs, okay? But damn, this is a new record. The dance isn't even original, and the rappers have awful lyricism, and I mean awful. You ugly, you your daddy's son, and the whole, if you compare me and you, there would be no comparings thing. That's not even a sentence. There'll never be a second hit from these guys. They're just a Vine star type rap song that came after Vine. And you know what? Thank God we won't be hearing anything from these two again. Number 2 is Treat You Better by Shawn Mendes. Yes, it was a bigger hit in 2016, but I don't go by the Spectrum Pulse rules of making it debut on this year's year end, so it's fair game, and I just wanted a platform to talk about how much I fucking hate this song. This song is really gross. It makes me sad for whatever girl got this creepy, desperate rant written about her. The guitar is boring, especially from someone who said that he was going to be an interesting electric musician now after a pretty decent acoustic pop record as his debut. And to be fair, I liked a lot of the songs on Handwritten. I even loved a couple of the songs on Illuminate, and we'll get to that with the best list. But we're here to talk about the worst. The guitar is boring, his vocals are okay, he's a good singer, but the lyrics and tone and message make this one of the worst things radio had this and last year. Dishonorable mentions. Look What You Made Me Do by Taylor Swift. Honestly, you saw this coming. And why wouldn't you? It's awful. Tunnel Vision by Kodak Black. Can we just not have a Kodak Black? That little holding down of the note thing he does at the end of every other line makes me want to die. Too Good at Goodbyes by Sam Smith. Not offensive in any way, but boring. And I hate boring more than I hate bad. Do Re Mi by Black Bear. Do Re Mi So Fucking Done With You Girl is one of the worst lyrics I have ever heard, and I still don't understand what this guy's appeal is supposed to be. I've even had people try to explain it to me, but I just don't get it. And Strip That Down by Liam Payne featuring Quavo. And Ed Sheeran, kind of. The worst of Solo 1D, by far. And now, number 1. Thunder by Imagine Dragons. Fuck this song, okay? I know most people just find it mildly annoying, but to me this song means more than that. The indie boom in 2012 brought more hope for alternative and rockier leaning guitar and piano music to return to radio. At the center of this was Imagine Dragons, and I mean the center. Along with Fun, they were probably the biggest band that broke out into not one-hit wonder territory. And while Fun faded away, they stuck around. They had a lot of potential. Radioactive in its time are great. A lot of that first album was great. Other than Demons, which was sort of the beginning of the end. But like I said, Radioactive in its time, and songs like Tiptoe and On Top of the World are also fantastic. Then they just started making car commercial music. They are a car commercial band. They invented the genre, car commercial. They killed alternative, and this is the pitch-shifted nail in that coffin. I wouldn't be surprised if we don't really get too many more indie fluke hits after this, or at least any with any sort of weight, or emotion, or talent. Ugh. I basically just excluded Believer from this list so I could rant about this for longer. The pitch-shifted vocals are annoying. That excuse for a guitar solo is pathetic. He doesn't sound good. That stupid little holdout thing he does with the end of his voice in 2 different inflections throughout the verses are awful. The lyrics are shallow and vapid and not at all what they could have been given the subject matter. And it ruined any chance of good music returning to the mainstream, at least in this form of a genre. Thank you guys. Love you all. Like the video if you enjoyed, subscribe if you haven't. Best list probably coming next if I don't shove the Jeff Rosenstock view between it. See you all later.